Hello everybody and welcome to Gene's Reviews from a regular dude, where I do trailer reactions, I react to YouTube videos, I review YouTube channels, occasionally I'll review a movie, but really, I just do whatever the hell I want.
As a kid, I'd take a trip every summer down to Mississippi to visit my granny and her antebellum world. And I'd run barefooted all day long, climbing trees, phrase a song. One day I happened to catch myself a squirrel. Well, I stuffed it down in an old shoebox and I punched a couple of holes in the top. When Sunday came, I snuck him into church. I was sitting way back in the very last pew, showing him to my good buddy you, when that squirrel got loose and went totally berserk. Well, what happened next is hard to tell. Some thought it was heaven, others thought it was hell. The fact that something was among us was plain to see. As the choir sang, I surrender all, the squirrel run up Harv Newman's coveralls, and Harv leaped to his feet and said, "Something's got a hold on me." The day the squirrel went berserk in the first self-righteous church in that sleepy little town of Pascagoula. It was the fight for survival that broke out in revival. They were jumping pews and shouting hallelujah. Well, Harv hit the aisles dancing and screaming. Some thought he had religion, others thought he had a demon, and Harv thought he had a weed eater loose in his Fruit of the Looms. He fell to his knees to plead and beg, and the squirrel ran out of his breeches leg unobserved to the other side of the room. All the way down to the amen pew where sat Sister Bertha, better than you, who'd be watching all the commotion with sadistic glee. Why shoot, you should have seen the look in her eyes when that squirrel jumped her garters and crossed her thighs. She jumped to her feet and said, "Lord, have mercy on me." As the squirrel made laps inside her dress, she began to cry and then to confess the sins that would make a sailor blush with shame. She told of gossip in church dissension, but the thing that got the most attention was when she talked about her love life. Then she started naming names the day the squirrel went berserk in the first self-righteous church, that sleepy little town of Pascagoula. It was a fight for survival that broke out in revival. They were jumping pews and shouting hallelujah. Well, 7 deacons and the pastor got saved, and $25,000 got raised, and 40 volunteered for missions in the Congo on the spot. And even without an invitation, there were at least 500 rededications, and we all got rebaptized whether we needed it or not. Now, you've heard the Bible story, I guess, how he parted the waters for Moses to pass, all the miracles God has wrought in this old world. But the one I'll remember till my dying day is how he put that church back on the narrow way with a half-crazed Mississippi squirrel. The day the squirrel went berserk in the first self-righteous church, that sleepy little town of Pascagoula. It was a fight for survival that broke out in revival. They were jumping pews and shouting hallelujah. The day the squirrel went berserk in the first self-righteous church in that sleepy little town of Pascagoula. It was a fight for survival that broke out in revival. They were jumping pews and shouting hallelujah. The day the squirrel went berserk in the first self-righteous church in that sleepy little town of Pascagoula.
Thank you everybody. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hashtag #MeanGene, all that fun stuff. And if you like this video, tell all your friends, leave a comment down below. And if you didn't like it, then just shut up. And I will see you next time.